Welcome to Confessions of a Toy Collector. This is Mike at the Tidarium Hangar, and I have perpetrated some lies on my channel for the past months and years, maybe. Now, some of you have called me out on this, and the fact that I've been called out on a lot of things, it never really bothers me. We could get into that. But when you're right, I should address it. When it's correct and it's truthful, I should address this. And I have to say that I will come clean on this, but this is the kind of video I'd want to make on a Saturday. Why not wait till Saturday? Well, because this is this important. It has to be done right now. If I can help one collector, one person, if I could help one of the 20,500 subscribers that I have been lying to when I make this confession, then it needs help. Plus there's some timely information that might expire by Saturday anyway. I must get this in there. And gosh, this light is bright. I'm not used to being on this side of this. Let's get into this confession and get it over with. Coming up. My first confession is I gave up collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the channel. I've said multitude of times that I am turtled out. I'm sick of turtles. There's 5 companies making it. I don't really care about 89% of what was made in the vintage line. And so with that, I've made that known to people that I'm turtled out, that I do not collect turtles anymore. But somehow, some way, I keep popping up with something new for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I've been called out. I was called out on the Technodrome. I was called out on the next Technodrome. I was called out on the sewer layer. I was called out on the mutant module. Yeah, I'm reviewing all this stuff, but I'm turtled out, right? Well, then this had to happen to me recently, like yesterday or the day before. This is on sale for $30 at Target, but you have to go to Target.com, and if you're buying it in store, then you have to have them price adjusted to the online price. And with that, we've got some more stuff, if you might not believe that I'm going to confess that I bought. But there's more of a confession to that. Also, you can use your red card and get 5% off. I hope this helps. If this helps at least one collector, at least one of my subscribers, it was worth the confession to confess that I still occasionally buy turtles. Now I am trying with every ounce of my being to not buy the NECA turtles that are at Target. Now all the rest of the people here in Oklahoma have been very, very prudent and not bought them. So they're all still there for me, which makes it even harder. Once they've sold out, it's easy. They're gone. They're still there staring at me. And I go to Target now a full 4 times a week. So 4 times a week I have to look at them. And with that, I'm trying to fight that off. But let me show you more turtle stuff that I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm kind of working on a display here with this, and I can't exactly figure out how to get this all in one shot, but there is the turtle layer, and then a couple of other things, and of course I just picked those up, showing that off. Remember, there's $30 on Target.com. Then scrolling over here, setting some of this other fun stuff up, and then getting to, you know, it's kind of cool that the Technodrome does kind of connect to the sewer layer. That's a lot of fun. I have to admit, that's a lot of fun. But anyway, I got a lot of projects going on right now. This is just one of them. Thought it was kind of fun to get into this, but man, there's all kinds of turtle stuff out there, and I've been picking too much of it up, and I've said I wasn't doing it. I'm turtled out. And there's more I want, but yeah, I'm going to have some self-constraint. Really, I'm excited about what the loyal subjects are going to be doing with the good old mask Hinter mask, but anyhow, just figured I'd kind of share this real quick. Get back to confessions. My next confession is that I say I'm waiting for the sale and I'm not buying any of the G.I. Joe Classified, but I've also said that I pre-order one of everything. In all honesty, I try to get one of everything, and then I hold on to it, and I hold on to my receipt, and I hold on to my bag, and if I can get a better deal, I return it. And I have to admit that I have to confess, I've probably canceled over 30 items on Big Bad Toy Store this year alone, and I'll probably cancel another dozen by the end of the year, and I feel really bad about that. But the fact I confessed it and got it off my shoulders, I feel so much better. My conscience is better. This here is on sale for $38.85, and most people have a Target Circle. This is at Target. The Target Circle, $5 off 40. Now they're slick, thinking they price it slightly below the 40, but you can go buy yourself a loaf of bread, and that will get it up over the 40, and you get your $5 off. And if you don't need a loaf of bread and you're doing low carb, keto, or you're really in there, you're a carnivore, then you can go buy some meat, possibly some cheese, something you're already going to use, put you over the top, and then you can get this. You can get it for the $38.85 and the 5% off with your red card. So this is yet another confession. I have returned a lot of stuff this year because I bought it cheaper, but I don't want to miss, because I know there's a lot of things that are going to be short run and we're going to run out of, and there's no way that I'm going to pay double or triple, especially for something like this. My next confession, as a confession of a toy collector, is that I admit that the official cutoff date for vintage toys, no matter what your age is 1995. If you're 70, it's still 1995 for vintage toys. So a 1996 toy or a 1995 toy is considered modern. 1994 or 3 is considered vintage. So with that, I don't even know what year the Street Sharks came out, and I largely wasn't into some of these 90s toy lines, but lately I've been running with a group of people or several individuals that are into these, and I understand why they're into them. They're pretty cool. Some of this stuff is awesome. This guy here, I don't even know his name. It is Dr. Paranoid. Dr. Paranoid showed up at Target, and I was actually gonna buy one of these, a vintage one, but see, I don't want to spend more than 20 or 30 bucks on a vintage one. And here I am, 25 on a brand new one, complete. Don't gotta go spend 80 or 100 to get a good one, a vintage one, and I think it's even better. So I'm happy to get this. I'm collecting this whole line right here, which I didn't think I would, and I'm confessing, because I said somewhere along the lines I probably wouldn't. Now I am. Confession of a toy collector. My next confession of a toy collector is that I've made it known that I collect stuff. Reproduction parts are okay. I'm perfectly fine with it. But my confession is that sometimes I show reproduction parts, but I don't say that's a reproduction kill haul gun. I want to so bad, but I didn't. I think I should going forward, and I think that would be more, I'd be a more trustworthy source if I did that. So this is my confession. I'll also confess that I think someone's bat crazy to spend $100 on a stupid little gun if there are reproductions available, and I sleep way better knowing that I bought reproductions instead of originals. Now I'd rather have an original, and I'll go toe to toe with anybody willing to have this discussion on reproductions or knockoffs or KOs. If you watch my channel, you know I'm okay with it. The only thing is, I think going forward, to keep my conscience clear, is to point out what I'm showing you is a reproduction. Especially when editing, I see some imperfections on the items, And I'm like, yep, I need to point that out. Anyway, that's another confession of a toy collector. The next confession I have is that I wanted to cut back on collecting this year. I feel I have. My pre-orders of BBTS are cut in half. And I don't feel like I've started any new toy lines this year. But yet, okay, that doesn't count. Street Sharks doesn't count. I already was collecting that. But oddly enough, I feel like I'm spending more than ever. That's a confession, and I don't know how to stop it. Well, I do know how to stop it. Just stop buying so much stuff. That's a good point. But I do have some fun with this. But I have to say, in a year that not only I am trying to spend less and other people are cutting back too, I feel like I spent more. I don't know if I'm the only one in this park here, but I think part of that is when it comes to vintage collecting, I've got all the common stuff, and so all I'm missing are expensive pieces. And I'll look and see I don't need any of that stuff, and then something pops up $300, $400, $600, and you're hitting a really expensive piece. Versus in the earlier days of collecting, and you're buying the common stuff, you're able to get quite a bit for like $15 here, $20 there, and it doesn't really hit your bank that hard. But when you're looking at, say, buying an Eternia, which that was last year, but you're looking at buying some of the stuff that I bought that I've added to my collection. You just have to wait for the collection tour on that one. But I've got too many irons in that fire anyway. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like I'm spending way too much in 2024 on collecting, even though I'm making a conscious effort to cut back. The confession of a toy. I hope you enjoyed this format. I'm usually not on this side of the camera. I'm usually on the other side of the camera. It's a little bit easier. I feel like I have less control over what's going on when I'm on this side of the camera. And with that, I just hope you guys enjoy this. I hope that this is something that you get a kick out of. If you like this type of content, I can start working this in and cycling in this kind of stuff into my regular content. And if not, I just won't make this kind of stuff anymore. But let me know in the comments below. Did you get a kick out of it? Was it a little bit funny? Was it enjoyable at all? Like, subscribe. Take care, and hang out.